Recently I started using Material Maker, and I was surprised by how many cool things it has to offer. Every time I used it, I found a new cool feature. So here are 10 tips and tricks to get you started. You can change the model in your 3D preview by going to Model, then Select, and from this menu you can choose any model you want. Also, if you choose Custom, you can import any model that you have so you can see how your material will work with your model. Now that you change your model, did you know you can create a custom environment as well? This is done easily by going to Tools, then select Environment Editor. Here you can download or create your own custom environment by changing the HDRI, sky, ambient, and sun parameters. This way you can create the environment that you need. Now, if you go to the Environment menu in your 3D preview, you can select your new environment. So you scrolled through all the nodes in the menu, and it wasn't enough for you? Then I guess I got some good news, because if you click the Get More Nodes button, you can add even more nodes. Maybe finally you can start working, because I'm sure that was the reason. While we're talking about nodes, if you ever wondered why some of the nodes have the die icon, it's to let you change the seed of the node, so you can find a variation that you like. You can also lock or copy the seed by right-clicking it. Some of the nodes that include this functionality are noise nodes such as FBM and Voronoi, some of the tiling nodes such as Tiler and Advanced Tiler, pattern nodes such as the Brick and Random Weave. While you're searching for your desired variation, you can get a quick preview of any output by right-clicking on it. Also, you can set up a second preview 2D that you can use to see another output, so you can have a better insight in your material. To activate it, just shift left click any output. Okay, you know how sometimes you have a node connected to many inputs, but then you want to connect a different node to those inputs? And now you have to drag and connect each of them individually? Well, there's a simple solution for this. It's called a Reroute Node. You can either create them from the menu or just by shift right clicking the output. This will create and connect the node links for you, and now that you have a Reroute Node, you can just connect any node to it and the input will be sent to all connected nodes. We're officially in the really cool part of the video. So let's say you're creating this really cool texture and want to share it with a friend. And you're gonna do it the old boring way by sending the whole file? Well, you don't have to. You can just select everything and copy the nodes, then send them the string. And all they have to do is paste it into Material Maker, and like magic, you get a whole node system. Wait, what is that doing here? I better click it, maybe it'll go away. Wow, how rude. This is not what I meant when I said the cool part. Should have known better. An easy way to create alternating patterns is to blend two advanced tiling nodes with a checkerboard pattern. For example, if we have two shape nodes, and one of them is a circle and the other is a square, and we plug them into Advanced Tiler and blend them together with a normal blend mode with opacity of 1, and if we plug into the mask a checkerboard node and set its scale both on X and Y to half of our tiling node, we get a simple tiling pattern. Let's step our material design to the next level. First, let's add a transform node to our blend node, and now if we go into the X translate parameter and put $time, and change the mode from clamp to repeat, we will get a sliding texture across the x-plane. We can speed up or slow down time by multiplying it with a float. As you can see, the texture is scrolling, but only in our preview 2D. We can also get this functionality in our preview 3D by changing from static to dynamic PBR material. Let's also add some randomness to our animation by using the $sign R&D min to max in one of our parameters. Why don't we have one of our shape nodes display a random shape for each instance in our tiling node? This works by providing a random value from the minimum to the maximum value. For this to work, we have to enable variations on our tiling node. And now that we added randomness, as you can see, we get a die button. So we can change the seed and get a different value by clicking the button. Final, and probably the coolest tip I have for you, is that we can export the animation we just made. If you right-click the preview 2D and select export animation, here we can set the resolution of our animation, as well as the beginning and end time of our animation, which is in seconds, how many frames our animation will be, the export type, which could be a PNG or a sprite sheet. If we want our animation to be looping, we'll have to match the first and last frame. To help us with this, we get an animation preview. Once we match our first and last frame, we can simply export.